I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker for this event, Edith Bazile. As Edith comes up, I just want to say that the first time I heard Edith speak, I almost cried. Her story is absolutely beautiful. She grew up with 13 siblings in Roxbury and graduated from BPS. After completion of studies at Northeastern University, she launched her career in BPS and continued pursuing advanced degrees. In BPS, Edith served as a speech and language pathologist. She led special education. She was a lead special education teacher, evaluation team facilitator, assistant program director for teaching and learning, and senior program director for professional development for special education and related services. Edith received a Service Excellence Award for her outstanding work in BPS. A little while back. She has also served as an adjunct faculty at UMass Boston Graduate School of Education, where she received merit status. Edith continues to work as an educational consultant with DYS and is the current president of the Black Educators Alliance of Massachusetts. Welcome, Dr. Edith Bazile.
Thank you so much, Regine. It's a pleasure to be here. And thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. What she didn't say is that career spanned over 3 decades. So it took a while to accomplish all that. So I am delighted to be here, and I want to thank Dr. Colin Rose for his leadership, as well as the whole team of the Opportunity Gap team, the interim superintendent, Laura Perrell, for her work, the support of school committee members, and of course WGBH as a critical partner, but all of those who worked hard to design this wonderful program, which is why I'm so excited to be here today. I also want to recognize all the dignitaries present here. So I want to open in a sort of non-traditional way, and I want to ask all of the students of the EFA program to please stand up. Now, I want you students to turn around and take a look around the room at all the caring adults who came here to celebrate you. And if some of them are not here today in this room, I invite you to imagine their presence in this space. Please remain standing. And now, will all the caring adults join in giving these students a standing ovation? Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I wanted to open up this way to drive home the message that none of us achieve success alone. We all rely and depend on our families, our communities, our elders, and also our ancestors. They give us strength, encouragement, power, and resilience. So students, this event belongs to you. Let yourself experience this moment in whatever way feels authentic. Hold on to this time and know that today you get to relax, lead, and talk about your achievement. You get to celebrate your accomplishments in a safe, supportive environment with caring adults. So students, I want to share a little story with you, and it explains why I'm so excited about the program that you're in. May I share a story? Yes? Okay. So, as a young girl growing up in Roxbury, in poverty, with 13 brothers and sisters, can you imagine that? That was a big family, right? It's a lot of kids in the family. I was always mindful of who I am. Now, at home, in my community, I had one identity, but at school, I took on another identity, and it wasn't one that I chose. You see, I'm reminded of my teachers who read to us and gave us worksheets. It was not very engaging. In my classes, there would be a group of students who were really, really bored. And they were mostly boys. And so they would be in the back of the class playing something called the dozens. Does anyone know what the dozens is? Okay. So, well, to an untrained eyes, the dozens may appear to be bullying. You know why? Because the dozens is sort of like a trash talking game. And there would be two boys that would take turns launching the most outrageous, insulting jokes at each other. And they had to be very quick, they had to be creative, and they really had to be outrageous. And the ones who got the biggest laughs won. But there was a rule. The rule was, now remember, they were best friends. The rule was that if you got upset, you lost. Okay, you with me? Now, my teachers either ignored or punished the boys playing the dozens, but what they didn't realize is that the dozens was a representation of the beauty and the effectiveness of language and communication. Think about that. It requires mastering wordplay, right? It requires debate skills, quick wit, outsmarting your opponent, recruiting attention from others, maintaining your composure, because if you got upset, you lost, and a spirit of camaraderie, because when they finished, they would hug, because again, they were best friends. Now, don't get it wrong. I am not advocating that you play the dozens in school, okay? But I'm just sharing this story to make a point. And here's my point. You will have an experience when someone does not recognize your abilities, and how you respond will define where you'll go in life. By the way, I just want to let you know, the dozens became part of Black culture when during slavery, Black people helped each other survive the atrocities of enslavement. They couldn't complain or speak out, otherwise they may be killed. So that's a little history of how it developed. Now, going back to my experience in school. In school, I was invisible to my teachers. They didn't see my potential or the potential of the boys playing the dozens. And so as I transitioned to middle school and then high school, my teachers refused to help me get into college because they said I was not college material. But when I went to my community library, the librarian, who was from my neighborhood, inspired me to read books. Books like Man-Child in the Promised Land, Native Son, Black Boy, and the one that became my favorite was The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. I could borrow these books and take them home. Sometimes I spent time in the library because, it was pretty busy and noisy at home, so I had quiet time to read these wonderful books in the library. And so I know that when my librarian said, here's a book you should read, it's a book of poetry. It was by Langston Hughes. That lit a fire in my soul, and that really inspired me. In spite of what my teacher said, it gave me hope that my dream of going to college could come true. And I want to share a little verse with you. May I share that? Okay, the verse I want to share is, "Hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." Think about that. So I learned early in my schooling that the struggle you'll most often experience is not what's inside of you, it's what's outside of you. Carol Moseley Braun said it best when she said, quote, "Defining myself as opposed to being defined by others is one of the most difficult challenges I face," end of quote. And so, I am so happy to be here today to applaud the Excellence for All program, for I believe it's an educational oasis, especially for brown and black students. I also believe that it offers a counter-narrative to my experience as a student in BPS, but I believe the true celebration will be when Excellence for All is not simply a program, but rather a mission within every school throughout the entire district. Otherwise, there will continue to be stories like mine, which is a narrative that must end for Black and brown students in Boston. In closing, I'll share 8 simple lessons that I learned which helped me survive and thrive as a young student who did not get the validation I needed. I hope these lessons will inspire you to hold fast to your dreams and fly high and fly far. Now, remember in the beginning when I said none of us achieve success alone? Do you remember that? Well, I returned to Boston Public Schools as a teacher. I made a commitment at that time to never forget the profound importance of student voice, your voices. So I asked a few students, and they agreed, to help me share the 8 lessons that I learned. Students, are you ready? All right, let's go. Owen is going to start us off. He's going to stand up, face the audience, and share with you lesson number 1. Ready?
Believe in your ability. Be open, ask questions, and stay curious. Never give up on yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something that you know you can do. Find a path to do it.
Thank you, Owen. Lesson 2.
Discover your gifts and talents and find out what you are good at. Maybe you like to journal or you love science, history, math, and technology. You could be good at art, public speaking, singing, sports, or playing an instrument. Find your talent and use it as a gateway way to learn new things. Never stop learning.
Thank you. Lesson 3.
Read, read, read. He who reads leads. Reading will help you develop your voice, and no one can take that from you. Reading across all subjects will prepare you to become the greatest champion of your own dreams. It will allow you to travel in your mind all over the world. Learn about different cultures, explore ideas, and learn new skills.
Lesson 4.
Be with those who see you, hear your voice, and who provide you with tools for your empowerment. If they don't, say in your mind, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever I say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Lesson 5 is so important. We have 2 students that are going to help us with this one.
Surround yourself with people who lift you up.
Pay attention to those who will listen to you, not lecture you. Pay attention to people who are mindful of what you need. We all want to be acknowledged, not dismissed.
Lesson 6.
Connect with people who will walk with you on your learning journey, not in front of you. Find those who will walk beside you, and especially those who know that sometimes it's okay to walk behind you.
Lesson 7. Bring it home.
Everyone repeat after me. I am good enough. I am strong enough. I am more powerful than I will ever know.
Thank you. Great job. So students, I want to leave you with a charge. And that charge is a call to service. Marion Wright Edelman, founder of the Children's Defense Fund, said, quote, "Service is the rent we pay for living on this earth," end of quote. So work hard, do your best, and always give back. Help someone along the way. Be part of something that is bigger than you, and you already are. Whether it's cleaning up your community, your neighborhood, making it beautiful, helping a friend, or maintaining peace in your family. If no one says they are proud of you, make sure you say, I'm proud of the work that I've done. Be proud of yourself and always stand up for yourself, but also stand up for others. Stand up for fairness and equity. Stand up for truth and stand up for what's right. Thank you so much.